Hey guys, welcome back to the Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever poured your heart into something, into creating something, and then when you put it out there for the world, you heard crickets? Well, in today's episode, I want to share with you a simple way to avoid that. First, let me tell you a story. This was back in 2016. I was selling on Amazon. I had an email list I was emailing to, didn't even have a podcast yet, but I was doing retail arbitrage and wholesale and online arbitrage where I was, buying products at stores and online stores and selling them, buying them wholesale and selling them. And then I ran across a friend who was telling me about a unique way of sourcing that I just had a sense that it might be successful. So we could have taken that information and put hours and hours and hours into a course online and spent time creating beautiful videos with all these downloads and just, hours of time into something and then hope people wanted it. But I've always kind of done things a little bit different. I thought it might be wise instead of taking the chance of putting it out there and nobody wanting it, let's essentially poll the audience first. And so we did that through a webinar. So this was December of 2016. We had a webinar and it was about doing retail arbitrage and a new way of doing it. And so I invited my whole email list and we actually charged for the webinar. I've not charged for a webinar in a very long time. Typically you do a webinar and then it's a free thing and then you offer something at the end. On this webinar, I think we charged $37 for it. Did really, really well on just the webinar. It was a hot topic. People were interested in it, and we just must have done a great job of promoting it. But on the webinar, we asked who would be interested in going deeper. My friend was sharing some information about secret ways, or he had lists of items that he had found at stores. And we said, who would be interested in being in a group where you had access to these lists, access to this information? And right on the webinar, everybody was like, yes, 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 in the webinar. That was amazing. And so we launched a membership based on the response on that webinar. So all we had to do was create a webinar with really good information, very valuable information, especially since people were paying for it. We wanted to deliver really good information that even if they didn't buy what we were going to sell, that they came away with really awesome information. But we weren't even sure if we were going to launch this membership group until the response we got on the webinar. And so, what that did for us was it just validated the idea. We didn't go spend hours and hours and hours on creating content, building a back end for a course and membership site, and then serving this up and hoping that people wanted it. And I see often with people, and I have the opportunity, it's a wonderful opportunity to chat with people one on one about their business and their goals and their dreams. And in this new membership we've launched, Unleashed, I've had opportunities to meet with people privately, and that is super fun for me. But I often see people that they aren't exactly sure the direction they're supposed to go, the product they're supposed to have, the product that they feel led to. They may have all kinds of ideas, books, podcasts, blogs. I need a website, maybe I need a membership site, I need to do retreats and events. And it's like, oh my gosh, you look at everybody else that's doing all this stuff, and you can get overwhelmed very quickly because there's just so many opportunities to serve customers. And if you don't have clarity, it's hard because you can easily just get bogged down with details, bogged down with all the options that are out there. And so I just want to encourage you tonight with this, that go talk to your people first. Anytime I'm talking to someone that just is not quite exactly sure what their product is or what they're supposed to be doing, I ask them this: who do you feel called to serve? All right, I'm asking you this. Who do you feel called to serve? Who's that person in your heart? You may not exactly know how you're going to reach them, and that's okay. Don't worry about that right now. Just that person that you feel like, man, I feel really called to this type of person. It could be a certain demographic, could be a man, a woman. Maybe it's somebody, and oftentimes it's going to be somebody like you. It's going to be somebody that is in a place that you were many years ago. Maybe you went through something painful or overcame something. It's often going to be somebody that is a, at a place where you were before you went through the hard times, or maybe they're in the hard time right now, wondering how to get out of it. And so my advice to you is just get around those folks. Go talk to those people that are dealing with the things that you dealt with, and just have conversations. Really, really simple. I mean, we make this so hard. We make business so hard. We make serving people through products and courses so difficult. In fact, we were on a call tonight in our group, and one of the pieces of advice, the main one to this gentleman that we had a hot seat call, was just go talk to your audience. Go talk to the people that you feel like you are called to serve. Those conversations are going to be super valuable for you. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to know. They're going to, as they open up, they're going to tell you their needs, and you're going to be able to meet their needs with the products and services. And it's going to become very clear to you what kinds of products and services that you need to meet those needs. But you have to talk to people first. I got some quotes for you. Seth Godin says, "Don't find customers for your products. Find products for your customers. Start with your people." I just added that. Unknown here. Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. The problem is what drives the customer. Another one, unknown. If you listen to your customers, they will tell you what they want and how to provide it. Another one from a guy named Eric Reese. Before you create a solution, understand the problem thoroughly. And two, lastly, unknowns. Empathy is the heart of design. Without understanding what your users want, need, and feel, you can't create meaningful solutions. And lastly, if you build it, they may not come. But if you ask for it and you build it, they're already waiting. And so, I mean, that's basically what I wanted to share with you, because we make things so difficult. It's so easy in this online marketing world, if that's the world you're in, to just get overwhelmed with all the opportunities, all the options to serve people. And we look at other people and see, man, they've got a book, they've got a podcast, they're doing online events, they're doing in-person events, they have a mastermind program, they have a coaching program, they have retreats that they charge $5,000 a pop. And you can look at that and be like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to do any of that? Well, you may never have to do any of that. And you don't certainly have to do it all at once. Most of these people that have been, at that level, they have all those products. They've been doing it for a while. I've been doing this thing for 16 years now, having an online business and serving people through teaching since at least 2013. So it's been a while. It's not like any of us are overnight successes. And you learn. And I failed so many times. And I've launched things that were pitifully, did not succeed at all. And just, for whatever reason, they didn't hit. They didn't hit the target. Probably because I wasn't listening to the people. I didn't go and talk to people first. I have a friend who, before he launches a product, he'll wants to make 50 touch points with people and talk to his ideal customers before he launches something. And that's a great way to do it. You don't have to do 50, but just go talk to the people that you feel called to serve. Whatever that demographic is, get around people. Go wherever you can find them. If go even online. If you don't know people in person, one tip I would give you could be really practical is go into Facebook groups of these people. And even if you're not 100% sure that is your crowd yet, it's okay. Start taking some action. Do not just sit around and wait and just say, God, you're going to show me exactly what to do. He's probably going to show you while you're taking action. There's going to be a little still small voice or a check in your heart. Either way, you're going to get into a Facebook group or get into a conversation with somebody and just feel like, yeah, this is it. This is the type you get excited about solving their problem. You get excited about hearing what they're going through and how you can help them. Or it might be you're talking to them like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. And so just start taking action, just start getting in front of them. But one thing you can do, and this is very practical again, is just go and find Facebook groups. So if you have a certain demographic, let's say that you feel called to help women who are aged 30 through 45 with child with helping with their kids and parenting advice or fitness advice or whatever it might be. Go find Facebook groups for those people, join those groups and start serving people, start helping. Go look for those types of people, go into those groups and look for the keywords. Think about the keywords that that person is searching for, that they're asking for. So maybe if it's you feel called to help people reach their fitness goals and lose weight, maybe the keyword that you put into one of these groups is weight loss, diet, and then posts will come up with those keywords, and then you can go in there and share your knowledge, and then that will then lead back to you. People will see you as a helper, somebody is supporting, somebody that has a lot of knowledge, somebody that it's an expert, and that will lead to direct messages, that will direct lead to people just finding out more about you. And then that can lead to coaching, that can lead to getting a lead from that for whatever it is you're trying to serve. At the very beginning, though, you're just trying to have conversation. So that could lead to a direct message exchange on Messenger where you're just learning from this person. What's going on? What are they dealing with? How do you feel called to serve them? What's the problem that they have? And what do you feel like you could come up with that meets that need? And it will come after with conversations. So I just implore you, don't sit around thinking about all the products. Yeah, you can have in the back of your mind, I could possibly do a book, I could do a podcast, and I could do this and this and this. And think about which one might be the easiest for you to get started and get some, and when you know what who your audience is. But just number one, go talk to your people, go talk to your audience. That's really it. Boil it down, make it easy. Go take some action. Find people that you can talk to. Find Facebook groups that you can join. Get around the people you're called to serve, and you'll get some clarity very quickly. With action comes clarity. So, guys, that's it. That's all I have tonight. I just wanted to share that with you because I know it's easy to get stuck and just stop and not sure which direction to go because there's so many options, so many opportunities, so many ways to serve people, so many products you could create, and it gets overwhelming. Just start with your people. Go find those people that you feel that God has laid on your heart to serve. Talk to them, and the needs will arise, and then you'll know what to do to serve them. So, love you guys. God bless. We'll see you in the next episode.